Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jack Morgan, and welcome to Duke News. So it's Friday night, and you need a laugh. Well, there's a one-night comedy takeover featuring SNL writers and former cast members Tommy Brennan, Alex Kagi, Ciara O'Sullivan, Chloe Trost, Asha Ward, Zachary Baker, and Aaron Farrington. Expect unreleased sketches, unpredictable improv, behind-the-scenes stories, and a live audience Q&A. If you want to buy yourself a ticket, stop by the CSI office and guarantee yourself a spot at the Student Union Ballroom. Doors open at 6 p.m. for pre-show appetizers and mocktail bar, raffles, and giveaways. So stop in for a night of comedy and improv. On Sunday at 6 p.m., there will be a Mass in the Chapel of the Holy Spirit, followed by a shared meal across the street in the School of Pharmacy Rotunda. Take some time to be able to share some faith and fellowship with peers ahead of the start of a new week. For more questions or information, contact Debbie Kostowski. Now on to Nick for the weather.
Thanks, guys. As we're getting ready for the weekend here, this is about to be the best day, probably the week. I know the rain says otherwise, but a high of 60 in February is always a very nice thing to have. We've had a pretty nice week overall, even though it's been a little. We've had some rainfall, but as we get close to the weekend here, as you'll see right here, a high of 42 and a low of 32, cloudy skies, and then unfortunately we're gonna head right back to snow. I don't think it's supposed to stick from what I saw. It's just supposed to be snow showers. With a high of 34 and a low of 27. But unfortunately, the temperatures are going to drop back to what we have been accustomed to the past month. And unfortunately, as we start next week, our midterm week, as for everybody, I wish you all the best of luck, by the way. As we head over, that you're not seeing that wrong. That is basically 2 days of cold, wet, miserable, cloudy weather. So. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. But Tuesday, expect some sunshine. The temperatures aren't really going to change. It's going to be 30s as a high and 20s. Sometimes high. Like, Tuesday will be high 20s, Monday's low 20s. And then Wednesday it will warm up a little bit, but keeping with the theme of what this weekend and this week is going to be, gray, cold, wet, and just miserable, which is fitting with midterm week. No, I'm joking. Well, kind of, but it fits with coming into a stressful time of every college student's life being midterm week. So the high is 47 and the low is 33. So best thing I can say, make sure you start wearing some more sweatpants again, or pants or jeans, like something that covers your whole legs so you don't get sick from the rain. Keep yourself bundled up a little bit. Get some rain jackets. Bust out the umbrellas if you need to, because you probably will need them at some point this week and weekend. But with that out of the way, thank you all for tuning in to the weather. I'm Nick Fernbaugh. Now back to you.
In collaboration with the Peer Education Program, join the PHOAA for a Narcan training workshop on Tuesday, February 24th from 5 to 6:30 in the Towers MPR. Narcan is a medication that reverses the effect of opioids. It can quickly save the life of someone suffering from an overdose. Narcan can be administered by anyone, not just healthcare workers. It comes in an easy-to-use nasal spray. They are offering free training on how to recognize, respond, and distribute naloxone to prevent an opioid overdose from becoming fatal. For this week's News at the Night Spot, join the Ecology Club at Plant Swap on Tuesday from 9 to 10 p.m. Come swap your plants or propagations for a new friend or buy one. Pots, soil, and pizza will be delivered. Now on to sports. The men's basketball team survived a heart attack on Wednesday and beat LaSalle 62-61. After they blew multiple second-half leads, Terrence Skinyard played hero and took it the length of the court in 6.2 seconds, converting on a layup plus the contact to seal the win. The crowd was about as loud as I have heard for one singular moment of a game in my 4 years here at Duquesne. Brendan Flato has more.
Inside the UPMC Cooper Fieldhouse, there's a classic PA rivalry. The ice-cold LaSalle Explorers made the trip across the turnpike for a battle with Terrence Ginyard and the flaming hot Duquesne Dukes. Justin Archer and the 7-19 Explorers were poised to battle with Jakob Netjes and the 16-10 Duquesne Dukes. In this one, Duquesne's three-point shot was colder than a frozen Allegheny River, with the team shooting just 3 for 20 from beyond the arc. Luckily for the Dukes, David Dixon was great again. He led the team in points and picked up his 74th career win as a Duke, the most in program history. Following the game, Coach Drew Joyce III started his opening statement of the press conference by thanking Dixon for what he has done for Duquesne.
I just want to publicly thank David Dixon. It's a genuine good person, man. Genuine good person. And those things, you guys get to see it show up on the court. I get to see it every day. The battles that he's overcome, right? He early in his years, he battled through injuries, right? I mean, you guys wouldn't believe some of the knees, both knees that he continued to play, right? Dave never, I won't say he never missed a game, but he never shut it down. When most guys in today's game would shut it down and opt for surgery, Dave just tried to figure out a way to make that happen, made it to the off season, right? In return, he didn't have a lot of off season, didn't have those opportunities to work on his game and improve up until basically this past summer. He was healthy, and he puts a lot of time into his health. This guy shows up, and he's had just unbelievable success. We wouldn't be where we are as a program without just, like I said, his dedication and hard work. So big shout out to Dave.
With just a few seconds to go and Duquesne trailing by 1, Dixon grabbed the rebound, passed to Alex Williams, and then to Ginyard, who took it coast to coast for the win. Following the game, I asked Dixon and Coach Joyce about the internal clock that players have in that moment.
As a player, do you have like an internal clock of how long it takes you to get down the court in those kinds of situations, and what kind of moves you can pull as you're going down the court?
That is a great question. I don't know. I think I actually got the rebound. I gave it to TG, but it's okay. No, I think most players can get down the court in like maybe 3 to 4 seconds if you're running as fast as you can. But I don't know what kind of moves he was planning on doing. Probably just a little crossover, just trying to get. I think he was just trying to get in front of people as fast as he could. So probably just a little push dribble, left to right.
You're asking the wrong guy.
I got handles a little bit. I was gonna use it. You know what I'm saying?
Final here from the UPMC Cooper Fieldhouse. The Dukes take down the Explorers by final score of 62-61. It was the game-winning layup from Terrence Ginyard right over here at this basket. Dave Dixon with the rebound found Terrence Ginyard. Ginyard went coast to coast against the full press and made a layup plus the foul. He would intentionally miss the foul shot, and Duquesne would win. But it was a great night here in the UPMC Cooper Fieldhouse. Great crowd. They really got into it there late. You heard the Let's Go Dukes chants in the final 2 minutes. You heard the crowd erupt as Ginyard went down the floor, made the layup to give Duquesne a much-needed win against LaSalle, who currently sits third to last in the Atlantic 10 standings. Duquesne, they were fourth. They're looking for that double bye heading into the Atlantic 10 tournament right across the street at PPG Paints Arena in March. But obviously a huge win. You'll take them any way you can get them. In the post-game press conference, Dave Dixon and Coach Drew Joyce spoke. Coach Drew Joyce opened it up, as we've heard earlier in this package, talking about the impact that Dave Dixon has on this Duquesne squad. He's the only player who's been here for all 4 years that's currently on the team, so definitely an impressive guy and a role model for the rest of the team to look after. For Duke News, I'm Brendan Flato.
The Duquesne Acrobatics and Tumbling team is gearing up for a top 10 matchup on the road at Gannon University tonight. Tonight's meet will be at 7 p.m. and will be broadcasted on the PSAC digital network. While we await that, here's Brendan again with a look back at last week's win over West Liberty.
It's pretty amazing that so many people come to kind of rally behind this new sport, like Rhea was saying, and it just feels like so much love is in the air. Everyone's excited, and that makes you just, there's a whole shift in energy, kind of like you talked about on meet day versus just a regular practice day, and it's just really fun.
Last Thursday, the number 7 acrobatics and tumbling team in the country, Duquesne, opened the season with a meet against West Liberty. A great crowd was on hand, and the Dukes made sure to put on a show. During the halftime warm-ups, one of Duquesne's top athletes, Leah Philrum, went down with an injury. This led the team to have to rally both on the mat and mentally.
Having a teammate go down, you never, ever like to see that, for any team in the whole entire nation. Like, that's just the worst case scenario. But having someone go down, we all came together and we really did it for her. And it's one of those things that you practice, but you don't ever hope that it happens or think it's going to happen. But I think tonight it really unified us. And before we went out there, the one thing we said was do it for her. We do it for each other every single day, but we also said do it for the girl in the chair right now in the boot.
They were handling it more of like, okay, I can step in, coach. I can do this, coach. They were all ready to step in and say, I can do this. And not everybody needed to step in all at once. We were still problem solving and figuring it out. But just to see the growth in the mindset, and we talked about that. I talked about that a little bit in the press conference yesterday. And definitely a change in mindset, that championship mindset, that we were not going to give up the fight at the end of the meet tonight. We easily could have.
One of the coolest parts of an acrobatics and tumbling meet is the team event. During this event, the teams perform every event from the meet while music plays. Following the meet, Mariah Mamie and Anna Trent spoke about this event and the team's new music for this season.
I think that our music this year kind of really brings a spark that we didn't have last year. Last year we were like, yes, this is so fun. This year's kind of like, we're going to do this. So I think that it's kind of like when she says it's on and it starts with a hard-hitting music, it's like, all right, game time. And I have a little ritual where I pray before there's a beat in the music, and once I open my eyes, it's go time, and it's go time for everyone around me. So just looking at someone and saying, you got this, you got this, you got this, it's hard-hitting, and I think that really helps us be more powerful.
Kind of going off that, just last year, we were all new to the sport with a team full of basically all freshmen. And so, not that we were timid, but we were very much like, we're having fun, we're so happy to be here, like, let's put up our dukes, let's get down to it, you know what I mean? And this year, it's more like, we are a little bit more seasoned, we have purpose, we have a drive, we have a huge goal. We have huge goals. Last year we did too, but this year we're like, we've already seen what we can do, let's go up our game.
Following the meet, athletes also commented on how much the crowd and the support they receive means to them and their teammates.
I think it means that means the most to me, especially because this is such a new sport and it just reached NCAA status, so it's huge. I really want people to know what we do because I think it is so amazing the way we come together as a team. A lot of us come from gymnastics backgrounds or cheer backgrounds where you are focused on yourself individually, and I think that being a team sport is something that I really want to share with the world. So I think that other students and other athletes being able to see what we do is really important just because it's not as well known.
That's the final here from the UPMC Cooper Fieldhouse. Duquesne takes down West Liberty in their first meet of the season. It was an electric atmosphere here in the UPMC Cooper Fieldhouse. The stands behind the camera were full all night. People had a great time. Students, fans, parents, everyone alike had a great time out here at the UPMC Cooper Fieldhouse. So make sure you make it out to the next acrobatics and tumbling meet. This was my first one. I had a great time. It's a great experience. It's something that everybody here at Duquesne should experience while they're here. For Duke News, I'm Brennan Flato.
The women's lacrosse team came up just short against Robert Morris on Wednesday, losing a narrow 13-12 decision. Duquesne committed a foul with 5 seconds to go, and Mia Berthoff made them pay, scoring the game-winning goal for the Colonials. Duquesne continues their road trip with a date in Erie as they take on Mercyhurst. First draw is Wednesday at 1 p.m. And finally, the women's basketball team was unable to extend their 2-game winning streak and fell to St. Joseph's at Hagan Arena on Wednesday night. The Dukes last led the game at the 5:57 mark of the second quarter, and from there they were not able to catch up and lost by a final score of 61-45. They will attempt to pick themselves up off the mat again and recover at home on Saturday against VCU at 2 p.m. Feeling the midterm crunch? Treat yourself to a quick study break and some chips and cheese at the midterms pop-up on Wednesday, February 25th at the Union second floor. Take some time to give some options for how the Center for Career Development can support you during exams. We all know that midterms are a very stressful time in every student's life, but we here at DSTV do believe that you got this. Take a deep breath, get a good night's rest, get something nice to eat in the morning, and go and rock these exams. When you walk out your final midterm, you will be feeling accomplished, knowing you did something that you might have thought you couldn't at first. That's it for this week. Make sure to stay connected by subscribing here at DSTV to stay updated every week on what's going on around Duquesne's campus. That'll do it. I'm Jack Morgan, and thank you for tuning in to Duke News. We will see you next week, we'll see you soon after the break, and good luck on your midterms.